Poco X6 Pro versus Poco X7 Pro. Which one should you buy? Welcome to our comparison of the Poco X6 Pro and the Poco X7 Pro. Today, we'll break down the key differences and help you decide which one is the better choice for you. Poco has consistently carved out a niche for itself by delivering impressive specs at price points that are hard to ignore, and these two devices are prime examples of that philosophy. The X6 Pro set a pretty high bar last year, offering a compelling package for budget-conscious gamers and power users. Now, the X7 Pro is here, promising upgrades and refinements. The big question, as always with iterative releases, is whether the new model offers enough of an improvement to justify an upgrade, or if the older model still holds up as the better value proposition. We're going to dive deep into the design, display, performance, cameras, battery life, and of course, the price of both these phones. It's not just about listing specs, it's about how these components come together to create the overall user experience, and which experience ultimately suits your needs and your wallet best. So, if you're in the market for a new mid-range smartphone or you're a Poco fan curious about the latest offering, you're in the right place. We've spent a good amount of time with both the Poco X6 Pro and the Poco X7 Pro, putting them through their paces to give you a comprehensive real-world comparison. Let's get into it and see which of these Poco powerhouses comes out on top for you. Alright, let's kick things off with the Poco X6 Pro. When this phone first launched, it really made waves in the mid-range segment. Poco's everything you need, nothing you don't philosophy was evident here, focusing on delivering core performance and key features that matter most to users. It quickly became a go-to recommendation for those seeking a powerful device without breaking the bank. Its reputation was built on a strong processor for its class, a vibrant display, and a battery that could keep up with demanding use. We're talking about a phone that aimed to punch above its weight, and in many respects it succeeded, setting a benchmark for what to expect in its price bracket. Now, looking at the design and build quality of the Poco X6 Pro, it's what you'd expect from a performance-focused mid-ranger. Typically you'll find a plastic frame and back, which helps keep costs down and weight manageable. Poco often offers some interesting colorways and finishes, sometimes with a more gaming-centric aesthetic, sometimes a bit more subdued. Ergonomically, it's generally a comfortable phone to hold, though its size means one-handed use might be a stretch for some. The button placement is usually standard, and the overall construction feels solid enough for everyday use, even if it doesn't scream premium like a flagship device would. It's functional, practical, and gets the job done without unnecessary frills. The display on the Poco X6 Pro was one of its standout features. We're typically looking at an AMOLED panel, which means deep blacks, vibrant colors, and excellent contrast ratios. The resolution is usually full HD+, providing sharp visuals for everything from text to videos. A high refresh rate, often 120 Hz, became a staple for Poco Pro models, ensuring smooth scrolling and a more responsive feel in UI navigation and gaming. Brightness levels are also a key consideration, and the X6 Pro generally performed well enough for comfortable outdoor visibility. For media consumption and gaming, this display really delivered a quality experience, making content pop and feel immersive. Under the hood, the Poco X6 Pro was all about performance for the price. It usually featured a capable MediaTek Dimensity chipset, or a similarly powerful Snapdragon equivalent from that generation, paired with generous amounts of RAM and fast UFS storage. This combination translated to snappy everyday performance, smooth multitasking, and the ability to handle fairly demanding games at respectable graphics settings. While it might not compete with top-tier flagships in raw benchmark numbers, for its intended market, it offered a level of responsiveness and gaming prowess that was hard to beat. This was, and still is, a phone that can power through most tasks with ease. When it comes to the camera system on the Poco X6 Pro, it's usually a versatile setup. You'd typically find a high-resolution main sensor, often 64 megapixels or even 108 megapixels, capable of capturing detailed shots in good lighting conditions. This is usually accompanied by an ultra-wide lens, which is great for landscapes or fitting more into the frame, and often a macro lens for those super close-up shots. Image processing plays a big role, and Poco tends to offer vibrant social media-ready photos. Low-light performance can be a bit more challenging for mid-rangers, but with a dedicated night mode, the X6 Pro generally managed to produce usable results. Video capabilities usually include 4K recording, which is a solid offering. The front-facing camera, or the selfie camera, on the Poco X6 Pro is also an important part of the package. Typically, you'd see a sensor around 16 megapixels or 20 megapixels, designed to capture decent selfies for social media. Features like portrait mode with software-based bokeh are standard, and the overall image quality and good lighting is usually quite good, with reasonable detail and color reproduction. Video recording from the front camera often maxes out at 1080p, which is adequate for video calls and casual vlogging. It's a competent selfie shooter that meets the expectations for a phone in this category, serving its purpose well for most users who rely on it for daily snaps and communication. Battery life has always been a strong suit for Poco devices, and the X6 Pro was no exception. It typically packed a large battery, often around 5,000 mAh or slightly more, which combined with the power-efficient chipset and AMOLED display, translated to excellent endurance. Most users could comfortably get through a full day of moderate to heavy use on a single charge, and sometimes even stretch it to a day and a half with lighter usage. When it did come time to recharge, Poco usually included a fast charger in the box, think 67 watts or even higher, allowing the phone to power up remarkably quickly, minimizing downtime and keeping you connected. Finally, let's talk about the price and value proposition of the Poco X6 Pro. At its launch, it was aggressively priced, significantly undercutting many competitors with similar specifications. This incredible value-for-money ratio was its biggest selling point. Even now, as an older model, its price may have dropped further, making it an even more tempting option for those on a tighter budget who still want a capable performer. It's for the user who prioritizes performance, a good display, and long battery life over premium materials, or the absolute best camera system. It's a workhorse phone that delivers where it counts most for its target audience. Now, let's shift our focus to the new kid on the block, the Poco X7 Pro. This device arrives with a good deal of anticipation, building on the foundation laid by its predecessor, the X6 Pro. The expectation here is clear. Take what was good about the X6 Pro and make it even better. This usually means targeted improvements in key areas like performance, display technology, camera capabilities, and perhaps some refinements in design or charging speeds. Poco typically listens to user feedback, so we often see them addressing any minor shortcomings of the previous generation, aiming for a more polished and compelling overall package with the X7 Pro. In terms of design and build, the Poco X7 Pro often introduces subtle but meaningful refinements. While it might stick to a similar material philosophy to keep costs competitive, we could see changes in the camera module design, perhaps a sleeker or more modern look. Poco might also experiment with new textures or finishes on the back panel, giving it a slightly more premium feel or improved grip. Ergonomics could be tweaked, maybe with slightly different curves or weight distribution. These aren't usually radical departures, but rather evolutionary steps to make the phone feel a bit more contemporary, and perhaps a touch more sophisticated than its predecessor, while still retaining that distinct Poco identity. The display is an area where we often see noticeable upgrades with a new Pro model. While the Poco X6 Pro already had a great screen, the X7 Pro might push things further. This could mean even higher peak brightness levels for better outdoor legibility, potentially improved color accuracy for a more true-to-life viewing experience, or support for newer HDR standards. The underlying AMOLED technology and high refresh rate are likely to remain, but enhancements in panel quality, touch sampling rate for even greater responsiveness, or perhaps slimmer bezels could contribute to a more immersive and visually stunning display on the X7 Pro. These are the kind of iterative improvements that enhance the daily user experience. Performance is a cornerstone of the Poco Pro series, so the X7 Pro is expected to deliver a significant boost here. This typically involves a newer, more powerful chipset, either from MediaTek's Dimensity lineup or Qualcomm's Snapdragon series. This upgrade should translate to faster app loading times, smoother multitasking with even more apps open, and enhanced gaming capabilities allowing for higher graphics settings or more stable frame rates in demanding titles. Alongside the new SoC, we might also see faster RAM or storage standards, further contributing to the overall snappiness and responsiveness of the device, making it feel even more like a flagship performer. The camera system on the Poco X7 Pro is another area ripe for improvement. While the X6 Pro had a competent setup, the X7 Pro might feature a new main sensor with better light gathering capabilities or improved OIS, optical image stabilization, for sharper photos and smoother videos. We could also see enhancements to the ultra-wide or macro lenses, or perhaps even the addition of a telephoto lens, though that's less common in this price segment. More significantly, advancements in image processing software powered by the new chipset can lead to better dynamic range, more accurate colors, improved low-light performance, and more refined portrait modes. New camera features or shooting modes could also be part of the package. Looking at the front-facing camera, the Poco X7 Pro might offer upgrades here as well. This could be in the form of a higher resolution sensor for more detailed selfies, or improved software algorithms for better skin tone reproduction and HDR performance in tricky lighting conditions. Video capabilities from the front camera might also see a bump, perhaps with support for higher frame rates or better stabilization. While the selfie camera isn't always the headline feature for Poco, incremental improvements that enhance the quality of video calls and self-portraits are always welcome and contribute to a more well-rounded device that appeals to a broader audience. battery life and charging technology are critical, and the Poco X7 Pro will likely aim to impress. We might see a similar battery capacity to the X6 Pro, perhaps around 5,000 mAh, but with the potential for improved efficiency thanks to the newer chipset and optimized software, leading to slightly better endurance. The more significant upgrade could come in charging speeds. If the X6 Pro had, say, 67-watt charging, the X7 Pro might step this up to 90 watts or even 120 watts, drastically reducing the time it takes to get a full charge. This is a practical improvement that many users value highly, offering greater convenience in a fast-paced lifestyle. Finally, the price and updated value proposition of the Poco X7 Pro. It will undoubtedly launch at a higher price point than the current market price of the X6 Pro, reflecting its newer technology and improved features. The key question for consumers will be whether these upgrades justify the price premium. The X7 Pro will target users who want the latest mid-range performance, the newest features, and are willing to pay a bit more for those enhancements. Its value will be judged on how well it competes with other new releases in its segment, and how significantly it outpaces its still capable predecessor, the X6 Pro. It needs to offer a compelling reason to choose it over the now discounted older model. So, after diving deep into both the Poco X6 Pro and the Poco X7 Pro, what's the takeaway? The Poco X6 Pro remains a very capable device, especially if you can find it at a discounted price. It offers solid performance, a great display for its time, and dependable battery life. If your budget is tight and you need a phone that can still handle daily tasks and some gaming without a hitch, the X6 Pro is a compelling option that still holds its own and represents fantastic value in today's market. However, the Poco X7 Pro clearly brings meaningful upgrades to the table. You're looking at a faster processor, potentially a brighter and more refined display, an improved camera system with better processing, and likely even faster charging. If you're someone who values having the latest specifications, wants that extra bit of performance for more demanding applications or future proofing, or if the specific camera and charging improvements appeal to you, then the X7 Pro is likely the better investment, despite its higher initial cost. It's the more modern, more powerful, and more feature-rich device of the two. Ultimately, the choice between the Poco X6 Pro and the Poco X7 Pro comes down to your individual needs, priorities, and budget. Consider what's most important to you in a smartphone experience. Is it raw value, or is it having the latest enhancements? Hopefully this breakdown has made that decision a little clearer for you. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more tech comparisons and reviews. See you in the next video.